Hi, this is a short tutorial with a few of the advanced features of Google Classroom that we didn't get to look at in the last presentation. So let's look at today's agenda. I'd like to talk about setting and its impact on the stream, how to use topics. Many of you have reached out with questions about that. Using the question tool, how to assign to specific students, and probably one of the most user-friendly things, how to reuse a post. So let's get started with setting and stream. Okay, assignments in the stream. I know you have to look really hard to see them in there, but what happens in Google Classroom when you create an assignment in classwork, it will also post on the stream. So it posts twice. And I think it's confusing to kids. They're not sure what to do. So, for example, if you do not want it to post, you have to go ahead and change it so it's hidden. Now, some of you may be saying, why bother? I think it's important because in the stream, you cannot sort messages. You can't put them under topics. So it can get really messy really quickly. So I want to show you how to go into your settings and change classwork on the stream to be hidden. So what you do, go to your settings. So here we are in Google Classroom, to the top right, to the cog. We were here last time when we looked at whether students can post and comment. So right now, the default view in Google Classroom is show condensed notifications. Don't think that's a good idea. I'd like to suggest that you go to hide notifications. This way, classwork will only be on the classwork page, and you don't have to worry about your kids getting confused because it shows up on the stream as well. Let's move on. Topics. Folks have asked me about making folders, and in Google Classroom, there aren't folders, but there are a way to group assignments under topics. Here's an example of what topics looks like in a classroom. So in this case, I have one topic that's Screencastify with the resources underneath there. I have make a concept, make a map concepts. So I have all these different topics that I can put assignments underneath. Okay. Now for what we're doing now, and there's two ways. So topics are a way to organize your classwork, make it easier for the kids to find things, make it easier for you to find things. There are two ways to make topics. The first way is under the Create tool. Go all the way down to the bottom, there's topics. This is great if you want to go ahead and make all your topics at one time. You make the assignments later. The second way to make topics is when you're creating an assignment. On the right-hand option bar, you'll see topic. Notice that you can pick an existing topic that you have, or you can create a new topic. So two ways, and they both work the same. What's great about topics is using the snowmen here. You can rename them, delete them. More importantly, you can move them up or down. So you can move a whole topic to the top, a whole topic to the bottom. And you can even drag and drop things between a topic. So if I wanted to take this presentation out of here, I could drag it and put it in here. So it's very easy to reorganize things. What should you use for topics? Given what we're looking at doing at Google Classroom now, I would think either days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, day one, day two, and students cannot see a topic unless there's assigned work underneath it. So if you make topics now and you don't put any work underneath it, they won't be able to see it. My pro tip suggestion would be to always put today's work at the top of the classwork page. And since you can drag and drop these things all over the place, just make sure that whatever you call the current day, that's up to the top. It'll be so much easier for the kids to see it. And it'll be easier for you to find things as well. Questions. Not the kind of debate that we're going to have at the end, but questions where you can ask the kids a question through Google Classroom. Again, go to Classwork, click on the question button, and here you'll see options will come up to click question. Couple things to note. Your question goes here. You can assign it to one classroom, multiple classrooms, all students, one student. Due dates, here's where we can put a topic. More importantly, though, this box down at the bottom, it will default to students can reply to each other. If you don't want the kids to be able to answer each other, you want to uncheck that box. So for example, if you want to ask a question about, the book that you read today, what was the most exciting part? Or what you could just, this is a great way to do it. You can see the kids' responses. Just what I would suggest is to uncheck that box. All right, assigning to specific students. I've had a couple of special teachers reach out to me about, I've got a mixed class and I want to assign some things to some students and some things to another students. Can that work? Absolutely. When you're assigning something, it will show you the classes and all students. And if you click on that drop down, it'll list all the kids in that class. If you unclick here, all students, then you can go in and just select the students you want. So it's very easy to assign to one student or all of them. And if you assign to one student, the other students will not know they didn't get it. They won't know they got a different assignment. It's really very transparent. We're using a post. I was with a teacher today who said, I'm going to have a similar reading prompt every day. I guess I should just make copies of it. And we talked, and it's like the better way to do it is you can reuse posts. So let's take a look at that. Again, classwork, create, reuse post. The first question it'll ask you is, well, what class do you want it to be from? It can be from the class you're in, or it can be from a different class or a class you share. Any class with your teacher will show up. You then select which one you want to use. Very important down here, if there are copies of attachments, do not create new copies. Do not. Just click reuse and you'll be good to go. So for example, if I have a reading prompt, it's a similar question, I can go and reuse it every day and prompt and post it under Tuesday's work, and then post it under Wednesday's work, and then reuse it for Thursday. You don't need to create a new one each time. When you reuse an assignment, you can still edit it. So for example, you can change the wording, you can change the attachments, you can change anything with it. But it'll save you time from having to type the same question or assignment over and over again. So if you've got any questions, please reach out to me. I've been checking my mail as well as the mailbox for the distance